Hey, you're jacked into the franchise. We're already having a great time here. Maybe I'll be high energy. One of my co-hosts today says I've been low energy recently. Maybe it's just because I hate my job and it encompasses 80% of my life, and Jews are currently being horribly persecuted. But we're gonna try and move past that today, baby. Back to the Buffyverse, back to old Sunny D. Talk about Sunnydale, not Sunny Delight. That's a horrible beverage from my childhood. I think it's still getting made. All right. Uh, let's bring him in. My co-host with the most. All right. I used to say with the co-most when I introduced Henry. This guy's got the most. All right, just straight up. What's up, Logan? Be a dare.
I've also got the flu.
Yeah, you do. Probably COVID.
No, I tested negative twice. I should have only done it once, but I did
You
it
should have
twice.
only done it once. You crazy for
Now I
using that
gotta go
second one
spend
as a
more
double
money.
checker? You're supposed to wait like a couple days and do it again.
Yeah, well, it's a big mistake by me, but I'm back. We're talking Buffy. I'm excited. Great Buffy. I don't want to spoil too much. And I gotta say, D-Train, not only the worst Angel, but if you combine Angel and Buffy, the worst episode we've ever done by a lot. I really hated it.
Buffy too?
No, I loved Buffy.
Oh,
I'm saying
you
if you
just really
combine the
hated
Buffy and
this
Angel
episode of Angel.
episodes, it's
And
still
you
the
know
worst.
what? I gotta say, I said it's my least favorite episode of Angel, and it still is of the ones we've watched, but I do think it was better than I remembered it.
Mm.
And but still really bad. It really just like the first 10 minutes are better than I remembered them, and then the rest of it was still terrible.
Okay, that's interesting. Anyway,
Yeah.
we have a guest this week, guys. If you haven't guessed, a guest if you haven't guessed. Timothy James Allen.
Guest starring Timothy James Allen as Timothy James Allen. Give you the
Yeah.
Emma Caulfield treatment.
Oh, cool. Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought maybe I'd be the Sean Gunn treatment this week, but
Well, this is your second Buffy's Angels, like Sean Gunn.
this is my third technically.
What?
But
Oh
who's
yeah,
counting?
Right.
Which
You
ones
are.
have you been on? Oh, right, because
Initiative
there's the one I
episode.
wasn't on, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was on one with that. This is the second with Dan, so I guess
Yeah.
that fake one doesn't count, especially if you ask the listeners who were upset that they got Tim instead of Dan that week. So, um
Made me
yes.
feel good.
Yeah, did not. I stopped reading the Patreon comments for that
Oh,
episode.
Tim.
So
Guys,
it's like
tell
I
Tim
get
how
it.
great he is.
I get it. I would rather listen to Dan too. Totally. I
Not me.
understand. So
I think you're a winner, man. I finally put on that episode after Logan,
Logan.
he yelled at me.
Yeah.
In the
But
shower, right? You listened to it in the shower, you said?
well, I started it in the shower. I listened to more of it later.
Then he
Okay.
had
In
to
the
take
next
then he had to
shower.
take he had to take a nap because he had a refractory period and everything.
Oh God. No, I was on the way to work. But
Why didn't you listen on the way to work?
Wait, jacked off on the way to work?
what do you mean how did I listen on the way to work?
Why didn't you listen on the way to work?
I did.
Oh, I thought you were saying you stopped after the shower.
Oh,
You
I
had to go
did. I
to work.
did, but I later listened to it on the way to work.
Okay. What do? You
Yeah.
Uber every day?
Yeah, Uber everywhere. Like
Really?
remember
Your
that
girlfriend
classic
Dallas doesn't
song?
have a car either?
My girlfriend Dallas does have a car, but she
She
also
takes
has a
it probably.
life. Yeah, she has to like drive it to places like her own job.
Right. So that's really how you get around. You just Uber all
Pretty
over town.
much. Pretty much Ubered last night over to a tavern gang to see former franchise guest Jason Anthony Harris, who's
Ooh,
currently
nice.
on tour. All right. If you're in
Just
the
like
Los
Taylor
Angeles
Swift.
area, yep, it's his Eras tour. Except he performed 4 songs. I think she performs 40.
I'll get there.
But Jason Anthony Harris, if you want to see Public Speaking, his live act tonight in Los Angeles, come check it out. Okay.
Hey, D-Train, why don't you buy a scooter? I feel like you've got big scooter energy. You could like scoot all
Or
over
a
the place.
Segway. Like
No,
Or-
honestly, I would love it, but my job right now is too far. I wouldn't be able to do that. But around
yeah.
town,
What
like
about
I could have
bike?
scooted to that fucking show last night. That would have been all right.
You should be like D-Train, do you know how to ride a bicycle?
Yeah, I do. I just
I
haven't in
can't picture you
years.
on a
But I
bicycle.
hear
I,
that riding a bicycle is like riding a bicycle.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was just thinking you could be like Hubie and ride around town and people throw shit at you.
I would be that guy, motherfucker. Uh, yeah. Look at that Jew.
Oh,
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Maybe I picked the wrong time. I mean, it's bad in New York though too. Like anti-Semitism is really high right now in New York. All right, let's talk. Let's get off that. It keeps coming up. I'm sorry. Um, let's talk about Buffy the Vampire Slayer, huh?
yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. So they had an episode called The Eye and Team. That's the 13th episode of the fourth season. We're covering that today. And then we'll get to She, which is Angel's 13th episode.
Pretty horny week, all things considering, in Buffy
It is a
verse.
pretty horny week. I gotta say, Angel returned to form next week. I saw what was coming.
I wasn't allowed to talk because I was introduced until that point, but I have to say that Angel wasn't as bad as I expected. You said it
Yeah.
was terrible, and uh there's some funny moments. Like it's
Oh,
more
there were funny
comedy.
moments.
Yeah, yeah. You're
It's not the
what,
worst
Logan?
thing I've ever seen.
You're just not into female circumcision or what?
Well, I don't
Um,
think the episode is either. I think the episode was like trying to make a point about female genital mutilation, but
Oh, I thought it
like,
was pro. I thought it was like trying to tell us, like, hey, this is the way to do it.
I did. I thought it was just about men trying to control women, and they don't have their own say in how they
What
are sexual.
what do you
it
guys have against
is, but
funny dancing? I mean, this whole episode was the
I liked
funny
that.
dancing.
I liked
that
it.
was originally in Sense and Sensitivity, but they thought that the episode was like too goofy, and so they moved it. I mean,
Well,
I
that's
don't
But
know
they
why they
no.
moved it
reshot it.
here. No,
I,
no, no. Of course they reshot it with Wesley and shit.
Okay.
I'm
Anyway,
just
where
saying.
were we?
Just
Where were
thought
we?
I'd deliver some trivia to you guys.
Yeah, that's good.
that's good. That's what
That's
the
kind of part of my
list.
function on the show.
That's what
Right.
the listeners like.
You have any more trivia? Buffy trivia?
Well, I'll tell you what happened the week these episodes aired. Do you want to
Oh yeah,
know?
do that.
Ooh,
Do
please
that.
do.
I knew I loved you before I met you. That was that classic Savage Garden song, still at number one.
Right.
All right, gang. We got a couple of big births and deaths.
Ooh,
All right. What
Big
do you want to
Bertha.
hear first? Who was brought into the world or who though was taken the fuck out of it?
Who died?
Big Pun dies. Everyone knows Big Pun, right? He loved puns. He was one of our finest comedians. Now, that's not true. Big Pun, of course, was an enormously fat rapper named Big Punisher. But by the time he died, everyone was just referring to him as Big Pun. And it always sounded to me like it would have been a good like stand-up comic name.
Mm-hmm.
The
Who,
guy just
who,
does puns.
Logan, you ever heard of this person before?
Nope.
You neither one of you ever
No,
heard of Big Punisher?
Nope.
no.
I've
He
heard
was
the
a
Punisher.
major rapper of the 90s.
Never.
He died for being too fat.
Oh.
Okay.
Was he in the Fat Boys group?
No,
I know the
no,
Fat Boys.
no, he was his own fat boy.
No.
But I'll tell you, I'll here. This one's more your speed, Logan. I meant Tim actually. This one's more
Okay,
your speed.
all right.
The Hey Vern, how's heaven?
Oh my God, he died.
That's right. The death of Jim Varney.
Oh,
Oh.
this is exactly my speed. Also, Logan's speed because you forget Slinky Dog voice.
Good point. Good point.
Wait, what are you
Now
even talking about?
here's something I learned. You familiar with the actress Yara Shahidi?
Oh
No,
no,
Have you ever watched the show Blackish?
no.
not really. No.
Well, are you familiar with the fact that Blackish spun off the daughter character into her own show called
Grownish?
Grownish?
Yeah. Terrible
No.
name.
Yeah. Well, the star of that show is young Yara Shahidi. And what I learned here was she died this week the same day. I mean, she died.
He
Fuck.
died.
Excuse me. She's still alive. She was born this week the same day that Jim Varney dies. So I like
Oh.
to think that she was imbued with his soul.
Yeah.
One dies, and one is brought into the world. Just a beautiful soul like
Uh,
Jim Varney now into the great Yara Shahidi.
on that show, has she ever been to camp or jail or save Christmas or scared?
Never, but she was once scared stupid.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. um. All right. What else happened this week? A big video game release.
Wow.
All right. If you were back here in February 8th, 2000, when this
Tetris?
aired, maybe you might be interested in a new video game that just came out
Ooh,
entitled The
Turok.
Sims.
Oh, The
Whoa.
Sims. I gotta say, this is my wife's number one video game. She
I
is
Of
love The
course
put.
it is.
Sims.
She
Every
is.
wife loves The Sims.
She is.
Whoa.
Whoa,
No,
misogyny going on right
that's a
now.
thing.
I
Everyone.
like The Sims.
Okay, all the wives in D Train love The Sims.
Yeah,
I used to um I used to be a philanderer on The Sims. My favorite thing to do in The Sims was I'd throw a party. I'd meet a woman at the party. I'd take her on a date, then immediately cheat on
yeah.
Wow. What'd you get out of
her.
that? Why?
I think
Life imitates art or art.
I think Daniel might have disconnected
Yeah,
his
he's too
microphone or
horny talking
something.
about The Sims. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, my wife has like over 500 hours or something in Sims 4 right now. So it was like anytime like you log in, you can see how many hours she's put into it.
Is it like, does she copy her family? Like you're there and the kids
someone's
are there?
muting me.
No, you're
Oh,
here. You muted yourself.
big
How the
si-
fuck did I do that? I didn't do
I don't,
shit.
you disappeared.
big,
I don't know.
Big Sims is banning you from talking about philandering on your
Well, I
Sims.
had to defend myself. Yeah, it was basically like I was like, yeah, I love cheating, and then Zoom silenced me.
Yeah, well, it's
Well, why
like
do you do it then?
yeah, no,
I'm saying it was
it was Logan's
I was in
AI
a long
companion.
relationship in life. I had never cheated before, and it was like a
You're
way
getting
of
your
getting my
rocks
rock.
off.
Yeah, it was sort of
Yeah.
like in Grand Theft Auto when you like beat the shit out of a hooker. It's like
Always wanted
every
to do that.
day,
Oh,
my life, my
I
brain
usually,
is telling me to beat up hookers all the time, and I don't
whoa.
do it, but I'm able to do it in that game.
See, in GTA, I tend not to beat the hookers. I tend to kill cops. That's kind of what the
Oh, I
itch I
kill
need
cops all
scratched.
the time. But isn't it delightful to like go into a dark alley with a hooker, get a sweet beach, and then kill
It
her?
used to be in like Vice City days. Now, like, there's so much you can do. I agree with Tim. Killing cops is way more fun than like that's the thing you do when you first get the game is kill a hooker. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're a basic bitch.
Yeah, your basic bitches kill the hookers. Me and
When
Tim,
you
we're
Fuck
out
you,
there.
man.
and then you eat mint chip ice cream.
I've done shit in Grand Theft Auto 5 that the two of you motherfuckers couldn't even dream of.
Well, I used to
We
have a jetpack,
Have
bro.
either of
let's
you motherfuckers completed the Cayo Perico heist? I don't fucking think so.
I
Possibly.
think I think that we should get back to Sims and talk about how Dan used a hack so he could see his Sims naked, woohooing.
I never did that. You could just see like sort of like the bed rocking.
Yeah,
And
they would go under the
yeah.
sheets and like feet
Yeah.
come out, and then they woohoo, and then they're immediately pregnant.
Yeah. They
Wait,
woo. That's
Tim,
right.
back to your wife. Does she have like your family in Sims?
Yeah. But she has like everyone she knows. She's created Sims of everybody she knows, basically, and lived out their lives, and yeah. So there you go.
Wow.
She's a big
Okay.
Sims person. Always excited, and there's always new expansion packs. So, um, my daughter Charlotte's gotten into it as well. So it's a big video game. Sims 4.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Did you
Should
ever
do
play
a
Roller Coaster Tycoon? You ever play that one?
I used to
ooh,
love that game, dude,
Me
a
when I was
too.
a
real
kid.
Final Destination 3 situation going on with Roller Coaster
I wish.
Tycoon.
Yeah, pretend you're death and build your own dream roller
Yeah.
coaster.
Well, I would,
No
yeah, you would
Frankie
always make
Cheeks in Roller
you would
Coaster Tycoon.
my goal would be to make a roller coaster that just didn't have an end, so it would launch the coaster the first time, and I would try to aim it to hit another attraction.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
and
good.
if you do it once, they never let you launch another coaster. Let me just tell you, and it shuts down your amusement park.
Is that true?
Yes.
That's so funny.
It's good. Also, I love making people barf, like not putting enough like trash cans around and people just throw up. And there'd just be puke all over my amusement park. So
That's hilarious.
yeah.
What else happened today? D-Train?
Couple big album releases. Ghostface Killer released Supreme Clientele. But anytime I bring up anything regarding art that might have been created by any black person on the show, I
We
get completely stiff-armed.
we know Ghostface
Um,
Killer. Come on, we know.
Yeah,
all
you
right.
talking Billy or
Did he
Stu?
ever did he ever collab did he ever collab with Big Pun is the question, D-Train.
No, he only collaborated with Roman Bridgers.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Or
Roman
wait,
Bridgers,
what
the
about
number one.
Spider? He collabed with Spider as well.
You motherfucker! I had such an incredible transition,
I could
and
feel
you
it
fucked
coming.
it up.
Sorry. I
Logan
wanted to
can feel it
reference.
coming, and Tim was just like, "Fuck this transition. I got something to say."
I want to make an Avatar 2 reference. Give me a break.
Oh, I didn't even understand. I was like, "What's
I didn't
Spider?"
understand either. Let's
He's
go
the
back.
killer.
Let's pretend I was like, "Hey, who Ghostface Killer likes to collaborate with? Roman Bridgers, am I right?" Hey, speaking of Roman Bridgers, number one movie in America right now, Scream 3.
Oh, are you serious? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, geez,
That's
awesome.
amazing.
Yeah, we this is 2 weeks after the last episode. We missed Eye of the Beholder, which debuted at number one the previous week. It was a really nothing week at the box office. Even that movie made no money. It's wild that it was number one. That was like a sort of an espionage movie, sort of, with Ewan McGregor and Ashley Judd.
Okay.
I saw it. But Scream 3, number one in the theaters. That means the week this episode of Buffy aired, I was in Florida.
Watching Scream
right.
3?
I saw Scream 3 in theaters in Florida, visiting my grandma. And I must not have seen this Buffy episode until I got back, because I remember I had my mom taping shows for me while I was down there.
You're probably so upset with Angel. You're like, well, I waited an extra week to watch this, and this is what they gave me. Fuck this show.
You're probably not wrong, dude.
He was probably happy he wasn't so horny though, visiting his grandma, having watched that Buffy episode.
I'd have been more horny for the Angel episode. I was so into Bai Ling at the time.
Yeah.
Who went with you to go see Scream 3? Did your grandma go?
No, my father was down there with the woman he was fucking. They took me.
You didn't have to say it like that.
Wow, what do you want me to say?
The woman he was seeing, his girlfriend at the time.
Did he?
all right.
Did he like it more or less than Fight Club?
Yeah.
I don't think he cared. That was the thing. Like Fight Club, he had like a stake in. He wanted it to be good. Like Scream 3, it was literally just like, all right, let me take this fucking asshole of this movie.
He didn't like the other two? He knew you were a fan.
I don't think he gives a shit about those movies at all. I think if you asked my dad to name one character from Scream, like one actor from Scream, I don't know if he could. Yeah.
An actor? That's crazy. Courtney Cox.
What do you say?
He might know Courtney Cox. He might know Courtney Cox.
He probably knows Spider.
Who's Spider? What is this?
He was the killer in the newest Scream movie. The guy in the family, like the young guy. He was in Avatar 2. He played Spider.
Oh, that guy, right. Okay. It's an Avatar 2 reference. All right. You want to know what hey, I skipped one. Another big album release other than Ghostface Killer, guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about Three Doors Down, The Better Life?
Wow. I know
that
that.
Kryptonite on it, gang.
Kryptonite.
Yeah. Nowhere in the song does he sound like that.
Yeah,
Kryptonite. Yeah.
Logan's playing it right now. It sounds exactly like it.
If I go crazy, then will you call me Superman? That's our
Kryptonite.
Yeah, and then he goes, Kryptonite, yeah.
Oh my god.
I swear to God, there's a part in that song. You're not thinking of it because it's not a famous part.
I'm gonna listen to it.
It's
the
like
whole thing
a
later.
transition to the bridge, and he goes, Kryptonite, yeah.
You're my kryptonite, Tim.
Good.
Yeah.
You're my Lex Luthor? Wait, no. So you're Superman. I'd be Lex Luthor.
I'm
Okay.
your red kryptonite. I make you horny.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. um. Hey, big announcement on WWE Raw this week.
Mm-hmm.
Vince McMahon would like to announce an exciting new football league
Wow.
called the XFL.
That's
Whoa.
awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
How'd that work out?
It
Pretty
didn't
well.
work out well. But you know what my favorite thing about the original XFL
What?
was the coin toss.
Well, how'd that
There
go?
was no coin toss, Logan. They would put the football in midfield, right? And then they would have one player from one team, one player from the other team, and they'd start at either end of the football field and they'd run towards it. And
Love
whoever
it.
got the ball first, um,
Should have been tug of war.
whoever got the ball first, got the ball first, you know?
Oh,
But
cool.
the problem with this was literally every time they did it, both players would get a concussion from smacking into each
Oh my God.
Yeah, they should just make them do a hall brawl to determine this. Um, uh,
Whoever
hey,
gets backpacked first loses.
yeah, CT winning every
He
coin
should
flip.
be in the XFL, by the way.
Yeah.
He would be the star player of the XFL for sure.
Yeah.
Bro, right now CT's out backpacking Dan Giesling right now in
Dan
Scotland,
Giesling.
right?
On the
Right.
Traders
And
season 2.
Parvati.
Traders season 2, hopefully.
What if he backpacked Sandra? How great would that be?
What if he backpacks Alan Cumming?
That would be even better. Yeah.
He
Alan
needs
be
a good
into it.
backpacking.
Yep.
All right, let's get into Buffy.
Oh, yay.
The Iron Team, I believe, is episode 69 of Buffy.
By the way, I
Ooh,
wrote no
nice.
I in team. so I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, Logan's prediction was correct. Willow joined the chess team.
All right. Yeah.
Good stuff.
All right.
It was horny Willow.
I just love that. Like, we spent the whole episode last week talking about the initiative, and then when it got to the end, and it was like the Iron Team, but Logan was like the chess team.
Well, I was gonna do something about sports, and you said that not everything's about sports.
He
Like,
also
I
it was
pivoted.
also funny because like he's like there's no teams on Buffy and they're literally the Scooby Gang is a team of
Yeah.
demon
All
fighting
right.
heroes, and he's like, oh, who could possibly like there's also like Spikes joining the team or whatever. So hilarious.
But I thought it was like EYE,
What?
Well, that-
I thought this
Why
was about
would
a
you think
Cyclops.
that?
I thought it was the
the
I in
Cyclops
team.
To be honest, the Cyclops prediction was your best part of your prediction because
That's what it was. That's
that
the whole
would be
thing.
it would be a Buffy thing to do a pun like that. But
That's what I
yeah.
thought. You guys
Buffy
making fun
can't
of me.
bring in a Cyclops. They already got James Marsters. They don't need a Marsden.
Yeah, good job.
Okay,
That'd be
buddy.
good though.
Ooh.
All right.
Oh yeah,
cleared
who
the
wrote and
room with
directed
that
it? I
joke.
saw Contner and Fury. Oh no, that's the other show. Who did
No,
this
you
one?
got that. That's this.
Oh really? I
You
I
got
saw that
it.
in the episode. I didn't even write that down or anything. I just noticed
Good
like
for you.
that's cool.
Yeah,
All
written
right.
by David Fury, who his last solo episode of Buffy was Fear Itself, the haunted house episode. But he's been contributing to Angel with Lonely Heart and Parting Gifts a couple weeks back. And we have James Contner, who's been like ever present this season.
Yeah.
All over the place on both shows. Let's hear Logan's notes on the IN team. Why don't you screw out those babies?
All right. Again, I want to apologize to everybody. I am sick, so with all this talking, it will probably be annoying. My voice will be probably extra
You
annoying.
sound fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
you sound almost exactly the same as you normally sound, just
Yeah.
as
Okay.
annoying as ever.
I
Okay,
can
good.
tell you're sick, but I feel like if you didn't tell me, I don't know that I would have been able to.
Okay, that makes me feel better. So people were playing poker, right? Xander, Willow, Anya. Not Buffy. Buffy's off doing her own thing. A big part of the episode.
Living the life of Riley.
Ooh.
That's right. Yep. And Xander has got a new job. Okay. And I have a question. He sells Boost bars, but I thought these would be like some sort of chocolate bars, but he has like a whole bunch of different flavors.
Yeah,
there's
this is a
blueberry
real
Boost bars.
brand of energy bar.
All
Yeah,
right.
and they all have different like fruity flavors.
Okay. You ever have a Boost bar?
No, I never have. They always look super gross to me, but they sold them at the checkout counter at the fancy grocery store. You know how everyone has like a fancy grocery store and a shitty grocery store?
Oh
Right.
yeah.
They sold
Hmm.
those at my fancy
But
one.
why didn't you get them? Like you watched all the movies in Scream 2. Why didn't you like get the Boost bars because of Buffy?
To be honest, I never made the connection. Like I always thought of the boost bars that Xander is selling in this episode as being like made up by Buffy. But when I was watching the episode, I thought about it. It's like, no, that's a thing.
What if you're like you heard like Gatorade and you're like, I always thought that was just a Buffy thing. I didn't know that was real.
Well, see,
Gatorade, I gotta try that.
I would never I'm not really stupid.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I
Well,
thought this whole
wow.
time you were really stupid.
No, I know
It,
that. I know that. But sometimes I feel like reminding you that I'm not.
Oh.
well, I gotta say, pretty good acting, D Train, because I fell for it too. I thought you were
Are
extremely
you kidding me? I know that. I know that. I'm like you just like Sean Penn and I Am Sam. I'm pulling this shit off.
stupid.
All right. So we
Wait,
something of something.
he's not stupid also? I thought he was
No, he
I,
is stupid, but in a different way.
I thought that was a documentary. I'm Sam. That's like I thought he was coming out saying his name was Sam or whatever. So
Oh,
I'm
that was
stupid
like
too.
an
I'm
announcement.
stupid.
I am
Yeah.
Sam, and you
Yeah.
were like,
Yeah.
"All right,
I was
I
like,
guess
okay,
he's Sam
cool.
now."
Good
Yeah,
documentary, man. Great
you've been
job.
calling him Sam Penn for the last 25
I,
years. You're
I
just
literally
confused why no
thought,
one's on board.
yeah.
All right, Anya, she's scared of the initiative, right? Because they hunt demons, and she was a demon,
Yep.
Yeah.
so she hates the initiative.
She's
Um,
not scared of spanking though.
no, loves spanking. Her and Xander love spanking. And Willow loves it too. Later on, she's like bummed because she bummed. I didn't even mean to say bummed, but she's upset because she's not being spanked. She's like, everybody's
Ev-
getting spanked but me.
which was the name of one of those Buffy porn fanfic websites at the time.
What was?
Everybody's getting spanked but me.
Oh, that was the real line. I thought I was just being annoying there.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, that does seem
How
like the
long did it
line.
take you to write it, D Train?
Are you kidding me? I don't have that kind of drive. I was just reading them when I'm lazy.
So we get Buffy, she's like going through it. The initiative is like doing like a they track her down and try to fight her, but she took them all down, and Walsh seems pretty impressed. And then we get like this shot where Buffy and Riley are walking off, and Walsh is like, ooh, they're getting too close, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, I need to watch them fuck.
Yeah, that was crazy as fuck. But so we go to lunchtime. I think we get the credits there, but we go to lunchtime and Buffy and Willow are there. And this is where they make plans, right? They're going to hang out tonight, but they've been distant, they've been doing their own thing. But tonight is the night that they're going to hang out. Everybody's coming together,
At
right?
the Bronze.
Yeah, going back to the Bronze.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a bar in town though? Why are they going to the Bronze?
What are you talking? What?
It was a
Oh,
coffee shop.
Oh,
well, no.
right.
There's also the bar that Xander worked at. That probably got shut down in the wake
That
of
beer
turning
bad.
people into cavemen.
Right. What was the brand? What was the brand of that beer?
Black Frost.
Black Frost. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because the owner probably got arrested, right? Or Buffy killed him or something, right? He was just a
Unless
human, so
he could have just made a move like I said on Exorcist Believer this week. He could like I'm not. What are you talking about? I'm turning people into cavemen. What are you dumb?
yeah,
Yeah.
that would be a good move. Just like deny it, like prove
Yeah.
it. Yeah, but then I think Buffy would just have to like murk him to be like, just be like, hey, we got to take care of this. We don't want another Ethan Rain going situation. Let's just snap this
Buffy
guy's
doesn't
neck.
really kill humans, man.
I know. We got to call in Faith to do that, right?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So Giles goes to Spike's house to pay him the money that he owes him, right? And he offers he offers him a little proposal here. He says, "Hey, listen, you can fight demons. Why aren't you putting that to good use? Maybe you should join us, be on our side. We can fight demons together." But Spike's like, it seemed kind of weird. I mean, I obviously know they're just setting stuff up, but this seemed a little out of character. How mean Spike was here.
What?
You didn't think so?
It's out of character for a guy who's literally tried to murder all of our main characters.
Because I think this makes sense. Because he can only fight demons. Why wouldn't he join them and fight demons? I thought that
Well,
was a logical choice here.
I think narratively for like the show it makes sense, but for the character, I think he reacts exactly how he is, kind of dumb, kind of funny, kind of dismissive. He's like, "Yeah, leave me alone now. Give me my $300. I have to count it because I
By
don't
the
trust
way,
Giles."
$300. I was pretty impressed with Giles. He's a good tipper. Giles had pitched him $100. Spike upped it to 200, and now in
No.
this episode, you got Giles giving him the extra 300.
What? No. What? And he says Giles offers him 100, and Spike says, "No way, I'll do it for 200." And then later, Spike lets Giles out for another 100.
Oh, I guess I forgot that last
He
part.
didn't tip him an extra $100. That'd be
One
crazy.
point for Logan on the Buffy trivia.
Thank
Oh,
you.
1-0.
stop it.
Thank
1-0.
Oh,
you.
who got the brand of the beer from
I
Beer
could
Bad
have
a minute ago? There's
if I
no
wanted to
way
be
you could have
silent for
gotten
5
that.
seconds. Yes, I
The
could have.
current score, yeah, current score is 1-0
Yeah,
for
thank you.
Logan.
All right,
1-0. I don't get one.
Nope. So we move on. Buffy tells Riley they're standing there, and she's like, "Riley, I'm ready. Take me." And then Riley's like, "Okay." And then they scan and they go in the little thing. I thought that was a
Classic
cool little
Buffy
moment.
switcheroo.
Love it.
Ooh,
And so they go down.
damn!
And
I I thought they were gonna fuck, but they didn't. But then they do. So
Mhm.
yeah, double switcheroo. Buffy is in. Walsh gives her a beeper and a card, and she says, "Hey, you're part of the crew." We meet Dr. Engelman.
This is the first pager she's had since Never Kill a Boy on the First Date.
Really?
When Giles gave her a beeper and she said, if the apocalypse comes, beat me, when she went on her date with my Emily.
Yeah. What was his name? Owen, right?
Yeah.
2
Owen,
points,
good job,
Logan.
Logan. 2 points, Logan.
Are
Yep.
you fucking kidding? All the shit I just said?
Well, you're trying too hard, D-Trade. You're try hard. So
I wasn't. I actually wasn't. I didn't even realize you would perceive it that way.
Oh, you're so funny, Tim. What do you think about Dr. Engelman?
Oh, new character, Dr. Engelman. What did you think about him?
yeah.
Well, he's a bad guy and he's still alive, and Walsh is out of the picture. I assume she's dead. I don't know. Maybe there's like a resurrection. Maybe he missed her heart. I don't know what happened, but I'm assuming Walsh is dead and Dr. Engelman's the bad guy. I don't know. I don't know what's going on
You
there.
feel like Dr. Engelman's the bad guy more than the guy that killed Walsh?
Oh, well, he's the bad guy too, but clearly he was working with Walsh and Walsh is bad. So this guy's bad also. No?
Okay.
But obviously Adam is worse.
Adam. But yeah, Dr. Engelman, he's an initiative scientist. We'll see him again.
Yeah, I assume so. And Buffy, by the way, she in here they're talking about Hostile 17, and she's careful to not say anything. Right? She
Yeah.
doesn't rat out Spike.
She
I thought that
protects
was
Spike.
good move from Buffy. Anyway, so Tara's here. Willow hangs out with Tara, and Tara's like, "Hey, Willow, you should come over later." And Willow's like, fucking, I can't because my friends. I gotta hang out with Buffy." And so Tara's like, "All right, I understand. That's cool." And so we go. Back
Well,
here we.
Logan, I mean, Willow's worse than that. Willow's just like, "Hey, I don't want to invite you because like my friends
It's
you
just
wouldn't
them.
you wouldn't want to hang out."
No, you're right to bring that up because Willow does go out of her way to not invite Tara, being considerate of Buffy and everybody else because they said it was just them, and then Buffy shows up with late and with everybody else, like not caring at all, right?
Is
So
that the reason? Consideration towards Buffy?
you don't think so?
Is
Or
that how
she?
you interpreted it?
Yeah. I always saw
That
it
was
as
how I interpreted it.
she's not quite ready to cross the stream. She's got like her own relationship with Tara. It's ill-defined. And
I didn't think that. Are you serious? You guys really thought that?
yeah.
Because they set up
Mhm.
early on, they're like, "All right, it's just going to be us hanging out." And then here, I thought that's what it was her not inviting her because they said only them. But then later, Buffy shows up with everybody, and you're like, "Oh wow, Willow was so nice and could have hung out with Tara here, but she didn't for Buffy. But then Buffy doesn't care. So that's interesting. I don't think I'm wrong. I don't think you
I
guys are
think
wrong
it's
either.
I think it's both things. Yeah. I do think like when Buffy shows up at the Initiative Boys later, you're supposed to think like she is being
Inconsiderate.
insensitive to the situation.
Yeah, especially
But
from Willow's perspective.
Yeah.
Because Willow like drew this line. But I think it's also interesting if it's really just them, like Anya, like you would think it was like the core three characters are all hanging out together, but Anya's there with Xander all the time, and it's like, yo, like, do we have to hang out with her all the time too?
Yeah, it's a good point. Especially, I mean, I would say they're all friends at this point. But Willow says later, like, yeah, Anya's annoying, right? She has a line at some point saying that.
Yeah, about teaching her poker or whatever, right? Because
Yeah.
she
Oh
doesn't
yeah, she's
understand
telling
poker.
Buffy, and she's like, yeah, but except she's Buffy's like, oh, it seems fun, and she's like, yeah, except for the poker and the Anya part, yeah, or something
Yeah,
like that. So Willow seems to not. I think Willow would prefer if it was just Xander and Buffy, probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, them's the breaks, I guess. But
But
here, all right, so
everyone's
we meet
growing
Adam
apart a
here.
little bit. Everyone's got their own shit going on this season.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite part of the season is like the balance of what everybody's got going on. Probably not a hot take, but Adam, we meet Adam here.
It-
He's cool.
Uh, yep.
By the way, I sort of had a question. We see those demons earlier in the episode, or I guess later than this point in the episode, but they have like the sticks that come out of their forearms. But then it seems like,
Polgara demons.
is he one of those?
Tim,
Is he like half and
Tim,
half?
Tim, Tim.
okay, fine. 1 point for Dan.
Thank you.
All right,
But you're at
two to one.
zero now because you got -1 point for trying too hard earlier on.
It seems
So
like he had one too. Is he like half human, half Kolgara demon?
No, what's going
oh
on
my
here?
god! Wait, don't
Yeah,
explain it to him. He
don't.
should know.
Yeah, I know, I know. What, Logan? What story
What
in
do
the
you look?
annals of literature?
Just wait. Yeah,
Can
Logan.
you,
Looking at
Oh
can
Adam.
my
I?
god.
Can I?
Okay.
What story in the annals of literature does Adam maybe recall to you?
Are we talking about Adam and Eve?
That's
Yeah,
the
that's
sure,
one
sure,
story. Sure. Yeah,
sure, Logan. That's the
that's
name.
that's
Yeah,
probably the
but
name.
looking at him,
What is
Thinking
he?
of Walsh as a scientist.
Oh, like
Adam.
Frankenstein's monster. Is that
Oh
is that Is that his name? Adam?
no,
no,
no, his name's
but look at
Frankenstein's
him.
monster. But if you look at him, like green and human parts stitched together.
Okay. I mean, at first, that was my reaction at first when I saw him on the table. I had no idea what the fuck he was. But then at the end, he pulled out that thing out of his wrist, and I was like, oh,
Right.
that's the
So
thing
how
from
do
the
you
other
think
thing.
he got that?
Yeah, it's their arm or whatever. Okay, and it's other people's other body parts. Okay,
That's
I'm
right.
sorry that I
Thank
thought he
you.
was half and half and not
Tim,
1/20th,
we did
1/20th,
it.
1/20th, 1/20th,
He
1/20th,
learned. He
1/20th.
Yeah.
learned.
All right,
Who
all right.
knows? You don't know what parts he is, but I think they're very much showing us that the new doctor guy is taking off that one demon's arm, and then we see at the end of the episode, hey, Adam has that same arm that they took off, and they were very protective of not damaging the arm.
Yeah, yeah. Also, we know that like the one thing the initiative is doing this season is abducting
Yeah,
demons,
so they're putting them all into this
subterrestrials.
guy. Okay. But what? So they gave him Spike's powers? He's a vampire?
No, no, it doesn't quite answer everything, does it? There's definitely more mystery to come.
Ooh.
But there's a lot going on underneath in the bowels of the initiative, and one horrifying project does seem to be this Frankenstein's monster fella.
Okay. And named Adam. All right, so there we go. There's Adam. All right, so Buffy shows up to the bronze late AF, right? And everybody's upset. We meet two new characters. Not really, they don't talk, but we hear their names. I think it's Riley's like, "Yay, this is Kevin and this is Jay." So Kevin and Jay, those are two new guys.
Yeah,
Along
Jay's
with
in the back.
Forrest and Graham. Yeah, Jay in the back. Yeah, that's Kevin and that's Jay in the back.
What's that? Is that a Survivor reference?
That's what
That's what
Riley
he says. That's what
Yeah,
Riley
that's how he
says.
introduces Jay. He's like, Jay
Oh,
is in the back.
that's funny.
Yeah. All right. So yeah. So Willow's all sad, and then Willow leaves, and she goes to Tara's place, right? And she's there
Yeah.
for the whole night.
Yeah, and Willow's like, you know what? My real friends weren't very nice, so I'm gonna come hang out with you. Consolation prize. I'm really. She says I really got egg on my face or whatever she says. So
But what do you think? Tara should be offended?
I mean, kind of like you're
Those
like
are her
you're the
friends, her best friends,
leftovers.
her whole life, or since
Yeah.
high school. You can't blame her for wanting to go. Like they had plans. She's supposed to cancel her plans originally. She didn't
Yeah.
know. That's not. I don't think that's fair. Oh,
What do you think of Tara so far, Logan?
I'm not sold on the. I don't want to say that. I feel like the character is just a little weird. Um, I like her. I don't have any reason to dislike her. She seems nice.
She's stuttery.
A little
Yeah.
stuttery.
Yeah.
Cute hair. I don't know.
I don't like her hair. I disagree. Not cute hair.
No,
Mhm.
I think it fits her kind of.
It does kind of fit her because it's like a little childish.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
So here we go. Buffy is like Walsh is like giving a class, right? She's telling them like, "You guys are about to go on a mission," and Buffy keeps asking questions,
Yeah,
which
I
is
remember
great.
that this scene was the commercial of the episode.
Oh, I love that. Just like the whole
Yeah,
scene is the
pretty
trailer.
much. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's very funny, and she's like, "Yeah, the outfits they're not gonna do. I don't look good in that color or whatever." Lots of funny moments, and then the very end is like, "Yes, Buffy," when Walsh calls on her again because she raised her hand. Great scene, I thought. All right, so
Yeah,
so
she said she's gone uh patrolling many times in that halter top. So
right.
it was no big deal for
I
her to
don't
be
remember
dressed
that.
that way.
I was thinking, I was like, I don't never seen this one before.
Well, she goes patrolling a lot when we don't see her as well,
But if
Logan. You
she's
got to
done it
think
so
that.
many times, I feel like that would be in one of the episodes. There have been a lot of episodes.
She's
We're in
wearing
season
that
4.
halter. She's wearing that exact halter top when she goes, "Here, vampires."
No, she didn't have it way back then,
No, I know.
probably.
I'm joking.
Minus
What is
one
that,
point
season
for
2?
Dan.
I was
Sorry.
joking.
That episode is
Minus.
Ted. That's Ted. Tim. Ted.
Oh, Logan gets a point. Dan.
Oh man. All right, so we get they're out doing the thing and they see Spike, right?
You don't have to say right.
You do that all the fucking time. You're always looking for me to be like, yeah, and I hate doing that, but you need me to like hold your
No,
hand, and then
you're
when I
right.
do it,
You're
you're
right.
like, fuck
Hold my
you.
hand. Fuck you.
Sometimes. All right, but anyway, so they're out. Forrest is kind of annoying here. He's like, "Hey, my friend." I mean, I guess Willow's doing that, but he's like, "My friend has a girlfriend, and I used to be his number one, but now she is." Whatever.
Logan finds Forrest annoying again. Let's just note
Mm.
that.
Yeah, Graham, not annoying.
Jay in the back.
He's not annoying either.
Love him. Love him.
So they fight a demon. They shoot Spike with the little tracer, and they fight a demon. And while we're fighting the demon, we get the little cross cutting of taking her halter
Oh
top
yeah.
off.
What'd you think of this? James Continent really going to town.
Yeah, this was
Whose
good.
idea was this? I assume it was in the script, but it's a wild sequence.
Fury, it might have been Fury. Yeah, I mean, I liked it. I thought it was good. You don't
Yeah,
like
it's
it?
awesome how it ends and they're like looking at each other and then they're like, what do you want to do next? And it's
Yeah,
like,
that
oh, we
that was
already
great.
know. We already saw
Yeah,
it.
That was
yeah.
actually great.
That is good. That's the best part
And
of it.
Yeah, I agree.
and it's also
Another great part when she sucks on his finger. That was another great part.
Oh, that is a good part.
it's the faith principle of Buffy. You get
Exactly.
horny after you slay, right? So
Yep.
even Riley has that.
Also hungry though. Why didn't we see them chowing down on a lemon meringue?
Oh,
Yeah.
he chowed down. All right.
He had egg on his face too.
We didn't see that. We didn't see any oral here. We just saw him on
What
top,
the
her on
fuck?
top. We should have seen that probably.
I feel
Um,
like Riley, the actor who plays him, Mark Blucas, has an enormous back. And so it's really easy to show him having sex with Buffy because he just like takes up her entire body.
Yeah, like there's no nudity slip at all because he
Yeah.
just blocks everything because he's
Yeah.
huge. Yeah.
Well, I bet David was the same way, probably. David's probably bigger than Blucas.
David.
You don't think so? He's probably bigger.
No, I
No
don't think
way.
so.
Really?
No.
Hey Siri, how tall is David Boreanaz? I guess height wouldn't really matter as much.
No,
we're talking
I don't know.
about
I have
we're
no
talking
idea why
about-
you asked that.
yeah.
We're talking about width.
Yeah.
Right.
And
All right,
especially early Angel was like a waif. He was like Robert Pattinson
That's not
size
true.
in season 1. Like
It wasn't that
he,
small.
definitely Angel like bulks up in one way or another going forward in the show Angel. And
I
Or the
remember
Xander
watching
compared.
Angel and worrying that David Boreanaz was getting too fat.
What?
oh, that's what I was
I
implying.
like fully remember feeling that way, and I was blown away when like Bones came out and he'd like gotten back into shape. I was like,
Oh,
good
yeah.
for you, Boreanaz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At what point does he start to get fat? Because I haven't noticed that.
It's not. It's like
I've
season
noticed
Four,
Xander recently.
Dan's favorite.
four and five. The
He loves
4 and
fat
5.
Angel.
The last two seasons, like he's not fat, but he's not in shape.
Interesting.
Yeah,
What was
too
going
much
on? Was he
blood.
drinking or something?
Too much blood.
It's possible. Yeah, he got a little puffy.
Because that was the Xander thing, right? He was drinking.
Yeah. Xander looks worse than Angel ever
Oh,
did.
for
Well,
sure.
yeah, Angel
Xander's
has way
shirts
more
get
money.
more and more billowy as he goes on.
I
Well, not
got
yet.
news for you. It's starting to happen on my fucking shirts.
Yeah, me too. Exactly.
Oh no. Um. All right, so here we go. Oh, Walsh. She's like, ooh, gotta pull out the lotion. Do you remember she's watching
What?
on the security camera?
Oh
Walsh,
yeah, that's right. Walsh is just watching them fuck.
and she had
Yeah.
cameras of every bedroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think this is like, we get the total Walsh heel turn right in this episode. Um and this is like the start of like, oh, Walsh is a creep who watches people. This is a bad sign for
And this
Walsh.
is the yeah, this is also the start of just the initiative is weirder than we thought.
Yeah, because up to this point, we had 314 is bad. We saw Walsh walk into 314 at the
Right.
beginning of the episode, and then we see Adam. Oh, they're making a monster or whatever. But then like this is like, oh, okay. So is this the bad? Is this who's gonna be our bad guy going forward? So
There's a weird mommy son dynamic with her and Russ and Riley where he's like she's always like telling him to like be a good boy.
Yeah,
yeah,
and she goes from like agent whatever to Riley all the time, right?
Yeah,
The
you're
difference
right.
between the two is interesting.
There's also that scene
What's
in
his
this
name?
episode
Finn.
where there's also the scene in this episode right after they fuck, which we're about to get to. Which I love the scene because when she wakes up and he's like there next to her, like being a nice guy, like she's just like
yeah,
so blown away considering what's happened to her in the past. But but there's also that stuff in that scene where like Riley's taking a bunch of vitamins for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
And I
yeah.
always
He has
thought that was like
yeah,
a weird initiative connection too.
yeah. Why would they tell us that he takes his vitamins? Is it just because he's a nice Iowa boy, or is he like what's going on with those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a
Like,
mystery at the time. I remember discussion about that on the Buffy web.
right. Yeah. So what happened next? After Walsh is watching on the thing, and then we get so Spike goes he got shot, remember, he got a tracer inside of him. So he runs to Giles' house looking for help. And Giles, very funny. He's like, remember last time I helped you and I had to pay, or you helped me and I had to pay you? Now I want my refund. But Spike already spent some of it, which was pretty funny. Anyway, so we get what happens here. I wrote something down. Spike says his name is Soldier Boy. Tell him.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was just
Hmm.
Soldier Boy.
I can't reference anything involving any black people on the show.
I'm the one that brought him up. I just didn't know the tell him part. Soldier Boy, tell him. Did you know that, Tim? You know that was his name?
Oh,
Soldier Boy,
uh,
tell him.
no, I did not know that either. But I was gonna reference Kryptonite, yeah, because Soldier Boy mentions
Superman's
Superman, that
that
hoe.
hoe.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. You know what that is, D-Train?
Kryptonite,
You know
yeah.
Superman the hoe?
My God.
I take that as a yes. He just is embarrassed to say it.
No,
Whoa,
no.
you
D-Train's
don't have to
probably
be
Superman's
embarrassed.
I
funny
don't
hoe.
I don't know what that is. I was
You
just
don't know what
thinking
that
of
is?
I was no.
No. Should we tell
Logan
him?
loves Superman, but
I hate Superman.
God forbid he try to read a Steel comic. That's not going to go well.
I don't even like
Oh, jeez.
Superman.
Yeah, he would hate Steel for
I
Yeah.
love Green
reasons.
Lantern.
Although he would love Legends of Tomorrow Steel.
Logan loves Green Lantern, the Hal Jordan
I
Green
knew you were
Lantern,
gonna say
certainly
Oh
that.
not
yeah.
the John Stewart
Yeah,
Green
no, he
Lantern.
hates John
John
Stewart.
Stewart was the Green
And he
Lantern.
also he also hates Trevor Noah.
All right, so there's Soldier Boy, tell him. And then we get to Riley wakes up in the morning and he's all nice and he takes his vitamins. And something I didn't feel like I learned, he says he was in the military and then they took him out of the military because they thought he'd be good for this or something.
Mhm.
Yeah, he was in the military and he was recruited for this special project and he like went along with it without asking. And that was like a
Yeah.
big plus for him.
Yeah, he never asked any questions about anything. He just goes with the flow.
Yeah.
So that's Riley's whole
Follows
deal.
orders. And I mean, that's also,
His turn at the end
you
when he
know,
leaves.
yeah. That it's really hammered home in this episode because he turns at the end of it.
Yeah, yeah, good job. And so she asks him like, what's the 314? But then he gets paged to go do something.
I like
And
that though. That's the kind of thing in most shows that'll just like be underlying for weeks with like nobody talking about it, nobody wanting to say anything to each other. I love like Buffy and Riley fucking like the next morning in bed. Buffy's like, by the way, what the fuck is 314?
do you think that's been a thought of his? Like, should I ever investigate 314? Or you think this is the first time he's ever even questioned it at all? Like, I know he doesn't outwardly question anything, but do you think he's ever thought to himself, like, what's that 314? What's that
Maybe in
thing?
passing, but I think it's more the latter. That
Yeah,
like
his
like
soldier training
Buffy,
is yeah.
yeah, I think Buffy bringing it up to him makes it an issue where he never saw it as one before.
Yeah, and we
Right.
kind of get that earlier on when they're having the briefing mission about getting the demon's arm, and Buffy's the one who's just asking questions like why, like what's their
Yeah.
motivation, and all the soldiers are like they're all reacting
Great
because no
point.
one asks questions, right? Like
Yeah.
people they just follow orders, whereas Buffy's like why can't we kill them, like shouldn't we kill them and like take them out if it's such an issue?
I like that part
So
early on where because I questioned too. Willow was like, are they gonna make them be Walmart bag boys? And then like Buffy takes a second, and she's like, do they have bag boys at Walmart? I thought that was a funny line.
They don't. They just have those guys that check the receipt on the way out.
Right. Yeah. And now you bag it yourself. Basically, you do the self
Yeah.
checkout all the time at Walmart.
do you think there's a Walmart in Sunnydale? Do you think that like Walmart came in and crushed all the low level supermarkets that were run by demons?
Yeah.
I don't know. Have we ever seen a grocery store in
No.
Sunnydale?
No. I don't
Where'd
know.
they buy all the bad eggs?
That they had those.
The
That
school
was like the
provided them.
school. Yeah, because it
They
was a
didn't buy them at
project.
Walmart.
They weren't
Oh,
like
not
No,
at
they weren't
Walmart.
like eggs you put on a skillet. They were like they were like animals.
but like where'd they buy all that stuff they set up that zombie party for?
Oh, that's a good point.
Dead
Maybe
Man's
just
Yeah,
in the
Party?
house, but how the
Dead
parents
Man's
get it?
party. They were like decorations at that party.
Your two favorite characters
Maybe
were
a
in
party
that
city. They don't have grocery stores. They just have a party city in
that
town,
party.
possibly. All right.
Well,
Anyway,
who are my two favorite characters, Logan? I
of
mean,
all
Tim.
time.
Tim. Oh, minus 1 point for getting the wrong name. My name's Tim. The dude who answers the phone call who's all like, "Hey, bro,
Yeah,
let's go." Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's your
And
favorite
who's my
character.
other favorite character?
Does he argue
Him.
with
I thought he
somebody?
was two guys. To
No, he
be honest,
argues
I
with
thought.
Oh,
somebody over the phone,
Yeah.
don't they?
yeah. I was gonna say. I thought you meant Pat.
Oh yeah,
Joyce's friend
Pat's great
Pat.
too. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Mom's. Yeah,
Is she
mom
just
is.
gone the whole season?
She's house sitting. Give her a break.
I know, but like the entire season, like we won't see her again. I mean,
I
I
don't
don't spoil
recall.
something if there's a spoiler,
Yeah.
but um
Turns out she's fucking Adam. Spoiler.
oh, what if it was like it's like Joyce's foot or Joyce's
Yeah, part of Joyce.
Joyce's eye for design or something. Um
Yeah, her
Uh,
love of native
art.
people masks. Yeah, and art. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
no,
interesting.
we'll see Joyce again, but
I am
but
thinking about like what other characters have like prominent things. Like we know Jonathan comes back, but like
Oh
we've
yeah.
seen this guy's face already, so we know he doesn't have
Yeah.
Jonathan's face. But like
What
like
what
what
if he
about
had
Oz? Could he
yeah.
have, you
What
know?
if he has what if he pulls out a knife, Logan? What if Adam has a knife and it's
Oh
Faith's
my
knife?
god. I don't think that'll be enough to make me think it's Faith though.
Yeah, but you
what if he
recognize
pulls
that
out
knife,
his
right?
tits?
That too, yeah.
Who
And he
would that
fucks
be?
Xander.
Yeah.
No. Oh, here we go. I have a reference here that I was gonna make about somebody that's black, D-Train. In the world of hip hop and rap. Okay. So
In the world of hip hop and rap. All right,
Wow,
we're
what a setup. What a
already
setup.
super authentic. What do you got going?
all right. So Walsh sends them off on their mission. She's like, guys, you gotta go take out hostile 17, right? And she says to Riley, she says, Riley, make me proud. And I'm thinking, who are you? Drake and Nicki Minaj?
Yeah.
They have a song called "Make Me Proud."
I know.
I don't think you knew that. You didn't know
I
that.
did. I did.
Every time try to reference something, you don't even know
You
what I'm
only
talking about.
reference Drake. You referenced like the motto the other day too.
Oh, I did do that.
Yeah.
Damn it. All right, you
It's
got
because
me.
Logan's a certified lover boy.
Yeah,
That's
can't
true.
deny it. I won't
Yeah.
Yeah.
supply it. Well, how'd
He's
that go?
he's booking hotel rooms in different hotels.
All right. All right. So Buffy shows up home, and Willow also shows up home, and they're like, "Hey, you been out all night? Yeah. What about you? Yeah, that's crazy." So they both been out all night, and Buffy gets paged, and Willow gets a call from Giles. Right?
Yep.
Yeah, so they separate.
Yeah, go their separate ways. Everybody together for 5 seconds, then they go their separate ways. And Buffy has to go on a mission to kill like a little tiny demon, like one that's like not even that bad. Like sometimes they mistake it for raccoons. Even it's so
Right,
tiny.
right. Yeah, Walsh says it's probably a false alarm.
Yeah, who there's no big deal. Just go take care of it, Buffy. I know you can do it. I like this part where Buffy's like, "Am I supposed to salute you?" That was cute. So we go to
And
back to
Walsh gives her a communicator and a gun, right?
right. Oh, so we
Yeah,
set up earlier. There's like a camera that also tracks your heart rate.
right.
So that's there we go. All right, so we go back to Giles and those guys. They're taking the thing out of Spike, and Xander's like, I sort of thought maybe last time would be the last time we referenced him being in the military. Like I thought he was losing it, but in this one he brings it up again. He's like, from my vague sense of when I was in the military, I remember this is a tracer, right? So they get Willow to like do a spell on the tracer, and then they flush it down the toilet.
Yeah.
I think I think they could have like just figured that out without needing
I agree. I
Xander's
agree.
ability. Just
No,
be like,
but
hey, it's
but
blinking. Like it's probably and Spike
but
is like, yeah, the
I
soldier shot me.
I think that part of this is showing that when the team does come together, that is when they are at their best.
Oh, whatever.
Oh.
Like everyone serves a purpose. Xander's purpose is I know that's a tracer. Come on.
Well, he
When
also
Giles says it's blinking, I was like, oh, so Giles knows it's a tracer. And then yeah, I agree with Tim because he had that line. I was like, why did he even need to know that for that to
but
do it?
you know, Xander other purpose is he flushes it down the toilet, which is pretty great too.
Yeah,
So
that's his purpose. He runs it to the toilet. That was a cool scene actually. So Buffy dies. This was very sad. I was like, God damn it, this was a shocker. I didn't expect this to happen. But no, it was just fake out. They got you, and she's really alive. So but Walsh, she tells Riley, "Hey, I'm sorry to tell you, but your girlfriend died," and he's all sad. Probably the worst acting from Riley, but it's not bad. It's not bad. I just thought it was a little silly one word he said. Forgot what it was, but anyway. But then reveal Buffy is alive, and
He
she's
was like, "It
coming.
can't be." What? All right, go ahead.
And she says, "You must not understand what a slayer is, but I'm gonna fucking teach you."
yeah.
And so she leaves, but then she never even gets a chance. It's crazy. Honestly, this was the most shocking ending of any episode ever, right? I didn't see it happening.
It's good. It's that does that thing where she's like monologuing, telling like I'm going to destroy you and everything, and then they get taken out. It's funny, right?
Right.
Like,
It's setting up
I didn't
Maggie
know if it was
Walsh
funny.
as being like the straight up big bad. Like no more ambiguity. She's gonna be the big bad for the rest of the season. And then she immediately gets harpooned through the chest.
Big shocker. It made me question like, was there anything with this actor?
You
Like
mean the
why
one
they
who
had to
plays
write her
Maggie
out?
Walsh? No. That was always
It was
the
just part of the show.
intention. Yeah. When they pitched it to her, like part of it was like, all right, you're Frankenstein's monster, and then like you are killed by your own creation.
Great. Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I
minus one
really.
point to Dan. He said that Maggie Walsh was Frankenstein's monster when she's actually Frankenstein,
You're
not the
Frank. I'm
monster.
just so used to saying Frankenstein's monster because people
You
get annoyed at you.
right. You go out of the way to correct yourself that you're wrong,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
actually.
overcorrected. Minus a point. Sorry, dude.
the
That's the rules.
All
but
right.
but but
Listen,
Engelman is not.
ask me literally anything about Buffy because this started to annoy me.
What's her middle name?
And
Damn it.
Oh,
Damn.
well, you
When's
got
her
it. A point.
birthday?
There you go.
Thank you.
When's her
What's her
birthday?
birthday? In the mid to late January.
Is that true?
Hmm. I need the exact date.
Is that even true though?
There is no, we don't know the exact date.
Why not?
Oh,
Hey Siri, when is Buffy Summers' birthday?
I'm sure. Hey, D Train, I noticed.
January 19th.
All
So I
right,
would say
so
Oh,
that's
mid
mid
to
to late
late
January.
January. What
What's her favorite
about
color?
what's her favorite color?
Yeah.
I don't know, Logan. What's her mother's street address?
I'm not the
oh,
one claiming to know everything right now. You tell me.
1430 Ravella Drive.
Wow.
ooh, we're going crazy here.
That's amazing.
This
Uh,
trivia thing was a joke, you guys know, right? Like it was a bit we're doing.
I thought we were
Like,
really gonna do
Well,
trivia at the end.
I'm ready to fight.
he's ready. He's angry. He's taking the bit no more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
But okay, and then he
So
says
I
mommy.
think
That's
the
the only
ultimate
episode.
Owen is like Logan didn't realize Adam was a Frankenstein, but that's the most
But that's not
embarrassing
Buffy
fact.
trivia. That's just Logan stupid.
Yeah, well, he is watching it the first time. You and I both have multiple
When
airings
the
of.
first time you saw Adam
Well,
on a television
literally,
screen is
no, he was a
not the
Frankenstein.
very first thing you thought, hey, Frankenstein's monster.
His face is even green like
Yeah.
Frankenstein. So yeah, I got it. I
But so
knew
were
it.
And he
those
calls her and
creatures.
he calls her fucking mommy at the end. Like that is so it's
Yeah,
Frankenstein. It's literally it happens in Frankenstein.
Frankenstein was a dude. Frankenstein's monster never called him mommy,
So he called him,
Frankenstein's monster
but it was
kills
like a father
Frankenstein.
figure and
but
he
never
kills
called
Yeah.
him
him.
mommy. You said that literally happens in Frankenstein, and that literally did
No,
not.
no, no, but that it's treated as like that. This is my father figure, and
Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
now going to kill him.
I've never read a thing in my life. I didn't fucking know.
Yeah.
You
Well,
don't have to read a thing. What, you never saw any adaptation of Frankenstein in
Yeah,
your
Van
life?
Helsing. Van
yeah,
Helsing.
Van Helsing.
Van Helsing. All
God,
right.
Van Helsing made an entire generation dumber.
Okay.
No, just one person specifically, I think.
Yeah, you're right.
All right. So I'm gonna give it 4 stars, and my MVP is gonna be Buffy, and my LVP is gonna be Engelman, I guess.
Oh, surprised you didn't
Okay.
give it to Forrest. To be honest.
Well, I was going to, but then I got
Well,
roasted.
Engelman does look like he might have like some Middle Eastern in him or something. So
All right, LVP Willow. Is that better?
Oh, poor Willow.
Well,
She's
I didn't
just so
want to,
horny.
but I'm good being.
You're punishing us by punishing
Yeah.
Willow?
Yeah,
All right.
exactly.
well, I'm making this episode a 3, not a 4.
What?
Whoa.
Yeah.
What's up?
Really?
Why?
I
We've
don't
had a lot
know.
of episodes that are like, this is the Thanksgiving episode. This is the we go back to Sunnydale episode. This was an episode where I feel like they put everything into forwarding the story.
Yeah. It's a
I
pushing
loved
things
it.
forward episode.
What's the YY3? I don't really get it.
What's I just don't think it's a 4.
I thought it was very funny. The drama. I love this. The part where they have sex, cross cut between everything. The question
Yeah.
scene, the Spike and Giles with everything. Maybe I think you feel dumb because you didn't understand the money situation. So you're like, oh, the 3 stars. But so I don't know. I think this is a clear 4, and I'm gonna rank it number 12 out of 69.
This is the
Oh,
12th best episode of Buffy.
yeah. I put it between the prom and the initiative.
Wow.
We
All
we
right.
kill Walsh. Not
Yeah.
I don't
Introduction to Adam. We get
What do you
Walsh.
give
We get
it,
Riley.
Tim?
I give it 4. I think
Who's
it's
your
a
MVP?
solid 4. My MVP would be Buffy. Come on. And then my LVP, I'm gonna go with Jay in the back.
Oh, come on. Why don't I go with Kevin? Jay in the back was way better than
Uh
Kevin.
my LVP, I'm gonna go with Tara. At this
Oh,
stage of the
Yeah.
game, I'm not into Tara yet.
I thought about Tara too, but it feels mean to give it to Tara. She's like,
by the way, what happened that night?
what do you think, Logan? That's the point of this show is what do you
Willow
think
got
happened that
egg on
night?
her face.
I don't know what happened. I think
We know what happened with Buffy. What do you think happened with Willow?
I think
They
they did
they
some
had a
magic
they
successfully.
had Crystal. They had that crystal from her grandma, right?
Right. I think last time it went terribly with that flower shooting everywhere. I think this time they were successful. right? And then
Mm.
they watched the New Mutants.
I'll
All right. Who's your MVP and LVP? Who's your MVP? I don't think I heard that. Daniel.
go with Buffy also.
Oh wow. Uh, a
Hey,
turkey.
do you think what do you think Buffy thinks? Like Buffy knows Walsh tried to kill her, but do you think she doesn't know that like Riley walked away from Walsh? So do you think Buffy's like, fuck, a third guy I fucked who's bad?
Yeah. Yeah. I guess you probably was thinking that in the moment, right?
Yeah, I think it's interesting.
Now Walsh is dead. Who knows what's gonna happen? All right. Anyway, so there's Buffy.